Hey, this is Sarah Larby.
This is Aisha Kavani.
And you are listening to 5 Minute Investor, where we answer your questions about investing in 5 minutes or less. What is today's question?
Today's question is from Mia from Sudbury. And Mia is asking us, where do I find a good deal?
That's a great point. So I think the first point and the first way that many people are doing it today is finding deals through the MLS or through a good realtor that is helping them. Hopefully they are an investor themselves, understand real estate investing and your strategy that you are wanting to do. But definitely if you find a good realtor, chances are they're going to be able to find some pocket listings. They can help do some door knocking for you, and they can even go and see properties on your behalf before you even have to go and see it. But if you have a good realtor on your team, they can bring you many great deals. But there's many other ways other than that.
That's right, Sarah. And I think another good way is wholesaling. You can reach out to wholesalers. They get access to the off-market listings. You'll likely get a good deal. And I think those are important to understand that not everything that's out there is on MLS. It's important to look outside the box, think outside the box, different strategies, different types of housing. Mm-hmm. It's important.
I mean, if you have wholesalers in your area or you know other investors, ask who the wholesalers are and ask them to add you to their mailing lists, because they spend thousands of dollars on marketing. Mm-hmm. And they often have, great opportunities that don't even show up on the MLS, and many of them will not show up on the MLS because it's essentially off market. But wholesaling opportunities, I think they're great. I mean, obviously, again, keep in mind, wholesalers are salespeople. So some deals are better than others. You still have to do your due diligence. Mm-hmm. But, other than wholesaling, the other thing is like somebody at home can do it themselves too. You can send out mailers. You can target certain properties or types of properties or areas with some of your own mailers. You could do some door knocking, because essentially you could be the wholesaler for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I find when I want to invest in an area, and I do this personally, is I will drive around in that area for weeks and months, and I will look at the houses and I will see what's out there. And if I'm looking for an investment, I will look for perhaps the rundown home. If I'm looking for a single family, or if I'm looking for a multifamily, I will drive on the multifamilies. And sometimes you will see for sale by owner. And those are gems. Those are gems that will not make it to the wholesaler. They are gems that all make it to MLS. And it's about doing the legwork and not being afraid to get your feet on the ground and do that work and know that that's the best way to get a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes time, but deals are still out there in many different markets. And I think the other option too is Facebook groups. There's lots of Facebook groups that have some off-market opportunities. That's another option. And I think the other one that many people sometimes forget is talking to property managers or paralegals. I mean, they send tons of opportunities. I mean, some of them are going to be better than others, but that's a whole other realm of ways that you can get some leads.
Yeah, that's a great idea, I think. And also then that brings you together in the network of other investors, people looking to sell, people looking to buy. And then that gives you a really good way, those Facebook groups, to see what's out there in a sort of saturated space where all these deals come together. And then you can scroll through and see, oh, look what's come up. Look, how much did it go for? And kind of reach it and contact those people, because it's about doing the research. Because then how will you know you got a good deal? You'll only know by looking at what deals are out there, how much they're going for, what areas certain prices are. And then hey, I hit this area, I got this price, I know it's a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing too is that sometimes you're talking to an owner that has a property and you might be talking to them about that specific property, but they could be a good resource. Sometimes they have a portfolio of other things that they might not be selling today, but in a year from now, maybe they're going to be divesting a little bit more of their portfolio and so on. Yeah. I mean, there's tons of ways to do this. It's not just on the MLS. It's not just through the realtor. I think just to go back to your property manager, or management companies in the area, the paralegals. I mean, there's just so many opportunities to have and build those relationships so that they think of you when their client says, hey, do you know anyone that might be interested in buying? I've got, these properties here. And sometimes you're buying a portfolio through, a reference like this.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to tell people you're looking. So in our student rental, we have a student rental in McMaster. We will tell the neighbors, hey, if you are looking to sell, let us know. If you are looking to move out, let us know. If you're looking to offload, let us know. And, the other day, one of our friends was telling us that he had done the same thing for many years, talked to his neighbors, and all of a sudden they were ready to sell. And guess what? They called him and he got both those houses because he had taken the time to talk to them, make those relationships. In the investment industry, relationships are pretty much the top The top
Everything.
thing.
It's
Yeah, it's
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Your brand and your reputation in this industry, I mean, it takes you a long time to build it, but you can ruin it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So always do the right thing, but make sure that you're building those relationships along the way. You're working with integrity and trust, and you will go to many far places.
Yes.
So we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment as well. Thanks so much.